Hello and welcome to this new moon in Taurus ritual and ceremony. And this new moon is a supermoon. And if you haven't already felt it, it has been building and building and building all weekend and will peak on Tuesday. So normally new moons, you feel the most effects of it 3 days after. But because this is a super moon, it's really, really close to the earth. So we're feeling it much more intensely. But if you've been joining these rituals and ceremonies over the last couple of months, these new moons have felt like full moons, really, really intense energy, really coming in strongly. And this is all for our highest good, remember. It's not happening to us, it's happening for us. So something that you might be feeling over these couple of days is a lot of heavy energy. I don't know if anyone has ever experienced migraines, but this pushing down, this heaviness, this clogging here in the forehead. And Taurus energy is earth energy. So as much as it can be grounded and stable, it can also feel very heavy and stagnant, stuck, like you're trying to move through muck, very, very unmotivated. So it's important to look at what are you carrying or what are you ruminating over that is causing this weight? How can you lighten the load a little bit? So new moons are about reflection, going within, introspection. So now is the time to really look at your life, look at your schedule, look at where you're spending your time, your money, your energy, and are you getting a return on that? Because we're constantly doing that, we forget. It's like, okay, do I get to put this down if it's not bringing me joy or happiness anymore? And where can I make more space in my life? So this is what I'm feeling these last couple of days. It's like this need for space, and we need space in order to expand. So something that I really love doing is scripting, and this helps us to manifest the life that we dream or desire of. So wanting the family or the career or the money or the house or the traveling. If you don't have it right now, you start writing as if it's already happening. So you write it in the present tense. So, you start to describe how you wake up in the morning, the feeling, the texture of things, what you are wearing, the people that are in your life, how you're spending your day, and you're writing it as if it has already manifested. So a lot of you have been asking me about manifestation, and this is a great way to manifest is scripting. So if you are feeling really, really stuck in your life, instead of focusing on the stuckness or whatever is lacking in your life, or the busyness in your life, or the chaos in your life, begin to shift your focus into an alternate reality which already exists. It's just you're not on the same frequency yet, and start scripting how your life is now that the career, the money, the family, the partner is in it. And when you do that, then your mind will begin to seek out those feelings in your reality. So then you and that reality begin to come closer and closer together. And then next minute you're living that life. So it really is up to you to start to manipulate or change the energy that you're in if it's not serving you. And if you want to manifest, we really, really have to work on our root chakra. So this is the chakra, the grounding energy that we're going to be working with today in this ritual. Because if we don't work on clearing and balancing the root chakra, we can't birth into the world, we can't bring into tangible form what we dream and desire, which are up in the upper two chakras, the crown and the third eye. So perhaps you can see what you want to manifest. You know it's there, you know what you want, but you're finding it hard to bring it down. You're finding it hard to bring it into manifestation. And that's because the root chakra is blocked. So this Taurus new moon is really about abundance. It's about opening up more and more to receive the abundance. So what we have to do is reprogram old beliefs that perhaps subconsciously you don't think you're worthy because Maybe you never got what you wanted as a child, or maybe things didn't work out in the past. So we need to start to clear away that clutter, those old beliefs, those dense energies, and we need to make space then for this new manifestation to come down through each one of your chakras into your root, so then it can come into physical form and then become your reality. So some people are great at visualizing. They're great at saying, yeah, this is what I want. And then they're like, why can't I manifest it? It's because they're not linking the top two chakras with the root chakra. And there's a whole other process to that we'll be going through during the Rose Code themes over May and June. But really, if you want to, a summary of how to manifest, you need to work on the root chakra. Because otherwise this spiritual energy stays up here, this thought form, and it never comes into tangible form. So the root chakra is all about things that are tangible, things that you can touch, things that you can see, things that have manifested into reality. So this is how we transmute or manipulate the energy up here and bring it out into tangible form. So if you are feeling stuck in your life, things aren't flowing. So energy loves to flow, money loves to flow, abundance loves to flow. So this is what we're going to focus on, is grounding, but also opening and creating more flow in our life. If you're feeling ungrounded, unstable, if you're feeling stuck, this is all meaning that your root chakra is out of balance. So how can we begin to create more stability, to create more flow in our life, is by having a routine, having a schedule, because the feminine energy will be chaotic, will be all scattered and all over the place if she doesn't have a masculine holding. So what I mean by that is having a schedule, having a structure, not something that's too constricted, but something that is there, a template that you can follow. Because when we wake up in the morning, it's like, okay, there's so many things that we can do today, but if we don't have a plan, our energy and focus could be just all over the place, splattered all around the day. And we get to the end of the day and it's like, that was chaotic. I did nothing. I achieved nothing. I was unproductive. It's because you don't have a plan. So having a plan, a structure for your day, your week, your month, your quarter, your year will really, really help to navigate that energy. Because what happens is the mind has 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. And if we don't have bullet points, if we don't have a target, that just energy goes all over the place. So what I would really suggest to you after this ritual or after listening to this podcast, sit down, make a plan, and plan it from your heart rather than your head. How do you want to feel? How do you want your day to unfold? What things do you love doing? Put those in first and then put your schedule in around it, because it's all about the balance. Not too much and not too little of anything. We just want to create harmony. And how we create harmony is merging the masculine and feminine energies, because that creates union. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. So what I'll do is I'll link masculine and feminine energy podcast down below, and that might help you to see, oh, I'm too much in my masculine or I'm too much in my feminine. If we're too much in our masculine, it'll be all work and no play. Lots of structure, no spontaneity, just very, very black and white. And if you're too much in your feminine, you're too much in the flow. You can't really get anything done, or you can't hold on to money, or everything seems very scatty and chaotic. Always seeming to be, doing lots of things, but never actually bringing anything to light. So do you see how too much masculine or too much feminine or too little of either isn't productive or isn't conducive? So look, I know this has been kind of like, oh, things are a bit crazy, a bit hectic, but when we bring these things together, when we pick what we want and say, okay, this is what we want, really simplify and streamline and get rid of all of the clutter. And this is the perfect time to do it because we are in spring. We're actually midway between the spring equinox and the summer, the spring equinox and the summer solstice. So it's a really good time to let go of things. I was listening to the Frozen song Let It Go yesterday, and it's like, yeah, it's like stop holding on to negative thought forms, clutter, people, situations, schedules that aren't suiting you. So use this time to really clear out, and then you will be able to see things clearly. You will be able to move in the direction that you want to go. Like you don't see people climbing Mount Everest with all of their belongings on their back. They only take the essentials, and they still begin to let go of things the higher and higher they get, because you can't bring the old stuff with you to where you are going. So if you look at my blog, you will see different journaling prompts that will help you to get more clarity, to get clearer on what it is that you want and how you can sort out all of this chaos, either externally or internally. Well, if you're feeling it internally, it will manifest itself externally as well. So it's definitely worth going there, doing those journaling prompts, sitting down, making a schedule, and then you will see the fruits of your labor. Because some people say to me, I don't have time, or things are just too busy, but that's the time you really need to sit and say to yourself, okay, what can I let go of? What can I hand over? What can I change? Because if we keep doing the same things every day, we'll keep getting the same results. So if you step back, look at one thing that you can change or one thing that you can do differently, that's going to have a ripple effect on lots of other things in your life. So I hope that resonates. I hope that helps. Please do let me know in the comments. But before I go into the card reading, a card that was looking at me from my Rose Healing method altar is Flow of Prosperity, Goddess Lakshmi. So it's interesting that she was called into this ceremony today because Lakshmi is the goddess of abundance and prosperity. And when she comes into your life, she brings wealth. She brings a life that is full of fruit, full of prosperity, full of whatever it is that you want. So call upon her, meditate with her, say her name, and she will help bring in whatever it is. Do you want more joy, abundance of joy in your life, happiness, love, pleasure? Call upon her and she will show you the way. Because maybe you aren't feeling prosperous or abundant in your life. And again, this is something that we have to look at in the lower chakras. Okay, so let's see what cards want to come out to give us guidance, either personally for this community or the collective. So it's always super interesting to hear how this reading was for you, because sometimes people are like, oh, Katie, that spoke to me directly. And it's like, yes, you know, you are meant to listen or to watch this to get the guidance. So just putting your energy, your focus, your questions into the cards, into the deck. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Let's just see what wants to come out. Okay. So the first card is the wishing well. Unexpected gifts, kindness, karmic jewels. So we are still feeling the effects of eclipse season, and we will do for 6 months after eclipse has finished. So we're going to feel it well into like September time. And with the eclipse, things can shift and change very, very quickly. Like I've been working with so many women and they're like, I've finished up work and it's really scary and it's so unexpected, or, relationships have ended and, new relationships have started and they're like, I don't know where this is coming from. So this is, the effects of eclipse. It can really turn things on its head and change things very, very quickly. And again, this is all for the good. Kindness, please, please, please be gentle with yourself, because we can be really hard on ourselves. We can be our own worst critics. So this is where it's like, know that you are doing your best. And the kinder we are to ourselves, the easier this transition will be. Karmic jewels. So when some people hear karma, they're like, oh, it's a bad thing. And it's not. It's like, if you do good, you will receive good. Because karma is all what we do now will come back to us tenfold. So if you are in a place of kindness, openness, generosity, helpfulness, that's going to come back to you. Because some people say to me, oh, my kindness is being taken advantage of. It's like, okay, you need to work on your boundaries then. So support people, but not at the expense of your own finances or your own health and well-being. It's like, this is what I'm willing to do, and this is what I'm not willing to do. And that is really, really personal to you. So this is a beautiful card because she has the pearl here in the well. And if you're from Ireland or England, wells are really, really sacred because the water, if you put money or coins down into the well and make a wish, it will probably come to fruition. So it's like, dive into your own inner well. Your body is 70% water. So how you talk to yourself will program that water. So go to the well, go to your own inner well, and just say whatever it is that you want. Begin to program that water, begin to send your wishes out into the universe, and they will come back. The next one then is bounteous, generously giving, relationships, and coming together. So this is what I was saying about boundaries, and give out into the world what you would want to receive back, because everything is a reflection. So you can see here the two women opening up the water gates to fill this pond. So where are you feeling blocked in your life? Where are you like, oh, I won't spend that money, or I won't do this in case it doesn't come back? So it's like, once you open that, the energy begins to flow. So, in the trainings that I'm doing with any of my Reiki students or any of the other women that I'm coaching, it's like, give selflessly, give the information, give the time, but make sure that it's not at the expense of your own health and well-being. Help people, of course, but make sure that there's the balance of also receiving your own medicine and your own help. So again, it's about finding that balance. And here we have relationships. So is this relationship with your own inner masculine and feminine? And that will also reflect in your other relationships externally, and coming together. So if you have been doing the work, if you have been on a healing or spiritual journey, it can feel like you're living two separate lives: the old self and the person that you are becoming. So many of you might be feeling in a transition, or feeling scared, or feeling like, oh, what's happening? It's all coming together. And when there's that sense of the unknown, that means you are definitely moving in the right direction. So this is where it's time to let things go and really, really look at your self-care and look at your schedule, so that this energy can flow more freely, and it can be a downward going with the flow of the water rather than trying to swim against it. The next one is the sacred well: replenishment, self-care, giving from a place of plenty. So again, look closely at this card. She's holding her womb space, her heart. So she's really tuning into her own needs, and she's entered into her own inner well here and asking, what do I need? So these two cards go hand in hand with the bounteous and the sacred well of giving from a place of plenty. So many women give from an empty cup. and they get burnt out, they get resentful. They're like, oh, I'm giving to everybody else and I'm receiving nothing back. And it's like, well, you need to be the energy of change. Show people what it is to, be really impeccable with your self-care. And then from that overflowing cup or that wellspring of abundance, then give to others. You can't, give when you're absolutely exhausted, because you're just going to spend more of that energy that you don't have, and you go into the red. So think about your bank balance. If you're spending, and giving to everybody else, where are you going to get money to pay your electricity bill or your food bill or go and have a nice holiday or weekend? So it's like, make sure that there's an equal flow or a balance of giving and receiving. And the only way you will know that is by tuning into your own heart, tuning into your body. It's like, oh, I've overdone it now this week, so I want to do less now next week and just focus more on me. We're very, very afraid of focusing on ourselves in case it's seen as being selfish or that we need to be giving to others. So again, this is old programs that we need to weed out. And then lastly, after all of your tending to your own needs, the healing lagoon, rejuvenate, recovery, time to heal, it's safe to stop. So you can see how she is just really, really celebrating herself. She's really engaging in her own energy. And it's okay to stop. It's okay to step back. It's okay to say, no, I'm not available. Um, and it is time to heal. It's time to replenish yourself. If you really, really want to enjoy the summer, if you want more abundance in your life, you have to stop. You have to take time. Otherwise, other people will take your time. So where can you create some time for you, whether it's walking in the woods or taking a day or half a day or a weekend to yourself? But it's really, really important that you take that time for you, and then you can come back and then be there for others. But it's really, really important. There's two cards here about replenishment and healing. So please take that as a sign to do your own healing.